All right, guys, we are back for day 15, and we have so far covered how to gain confidence self and how to gain confidence in self days is what I about to say. But how to gain self confidence in 30 days is what we have um, covered so far. We are on, like I said, day 15, and uh, there are four pillars, four foundational pieces to help you gain self confidence. And those four foundational pieces are learn yourself, know yourself, love yourself, and trust yourself. In order to build a good foundation of having confidence in yourself and understanding how you're traveling through this life and down this road, and being able to really have peace and being yourself and being who you are, you're going to need to learn yourself. First, you have to learn yourself. You got to learn what you like, what you don't like. How do you see yourself? What's your image of yourself? Do you have a good image or do you have a bad image? Are you really pushing yourself to really be who you want to be, receive the things you want to receive for yourself? Or are you being complacent and are you just walking through life with your head down, with your mind down, and not really caring how things plan out? That's learning yourself, getting all inside there, and really finding out truly how you feel about yourself, how you feel about those in your life, how you feel about everything, understanding you. That's what that first week is about. And learn yourself, understand you. After you learn yourself, then you will begin to get to know yourself. And you can't know something that you haven't learned. So they say, oh, I know myself. Well, if you haven't taken the time to truly learn yourself, then you have not learned, you have not got to know yourself. And everyday things and situations change. People gain and lose or give away certain titles in their life. And so life is constantly a moving of learning and understanding and getting to know yourself. There's always constantly something new to develop about yourself. And so, hey, Daniel. And so you want to definitely um, get in the habit of looking and learning and trusting yourself and getting to know who you are, because in knowing yourself you're able to make better decisions. You're able to set your boundaries in your pace of what you want to do, where you're going, and just feel better about life. When you know yourself, you feel better about the decisions you make. You feel better about the people in your life. It all works hand in. Hey, Laura. And then, so after getting to know yourself, you're going to learn yourself first. Then you get to know yourself, all those little details, those things, you think nobody want to hear. You want to hear them for yourself. So after getting to know yourself, you're going to get to love yourself, because in getting to know yourself, you begin to love and appreciate the person um, that's on the inside, the good, the bad, the ugly, the weaknesses, the strengths, everything. Once you begin to know yourself, it becomes a dating scene. You start to date yourself, and then so you fall in love with the person you have learned, with the person you have been vulnerable to, which is yourself. You should be the most vulnerable with yourself. You should be truthful and be open with yourself, even if you feel like you don't have that outside of anywhere else. That belongs to you. And so you go and you be truthful with yourself and you open yourself up to you. And it sounds crazy, but it's really not. It's a sense of dating yourself, of getting an understanding of the person that's inside, and the person that has taken transformed through experiences, through life, through situations. Things change. You change. There's no way for anyone to stay the same. And so when you gain self confidence, it's in growing and getting to know yourself and getting that peace of mind that you are who you always believed you were. And that's up to you to decide. That's up to you to prove. No one can give you insight. No one can tell you who you are. It's really a soul searching thing, you know? And you just begin to fall in love. I'm not saying I am holier than thou, because that is definitely not the case, okay? But I can say that I love myself. I love the fact that I take the time to spend with myself in meditation, take the time to just listen to my music and let my mind clear. You know, all those things have to be appreciated. I take appreciation that sometimes I can be, OCD or organizing, but that has blessed me in so many ways. You see what I'm saying? I have had to deal and still, each day, you deal with the things that you have always done with, but you get better and better. I have always, not always, but I've dealt with, anger issues and all these things. But the more confidence you gain in yourself, and this is from experience, the more confidence that you gain in yourself, the less you have to be angry and fearful of, the less you have um, to push yourself to put on this facade of fake life. And a lot of times we walk through this facade of fake life and think that that's how, we're supposed to be, supposed to wake up and supposed to be happy just because the world says so, and supposed to be mad just because the world says so. No, you are supposed to go through life and live the life uh, in a peaceful, harmonious way, You're not supposed to go through life frustrated and stressed and overbound by every little thing that goes on in your life. And so I can't remember which day it was, but in one of these days, if you go back and watch the 14 days before now, I talked a little bit about being proactive instead of reactive. So proactive is doing all the steps ahead of time to make sure your day goes well. So you get your clothes ready at night. You iron them, you got them washed. They're ready for you to go to work in the morning. You get up in the morning, you take your shower, you do all your steps, and they're proactively placed so that you may have the best transition as possible. But a lot of times people go through life and they're reactive. You're reacting to every situation that happened. This person made me mad. This person got on my nerves. So now you're reacting to everything that's going on in life. And you're not just reacting to it. Human beings can sense and feel different things off of human beings. So you're not just, oh, this person made me mad. Now you're taking on that energy. You're taking on being angry, being mad. And then you can go be mad at work, right? And go home. And now you mad at home. And you don't even know why. Ain't nobody did nothing at home. Ain't nothing happened at home. But you go home because you carried that energy. You allowed yourself to be reactive to what was going on around you. But see, when you become the center of your energy and the center of your confidence in life, then those things that go on around you now have to bend and mold to the energy that you push out. And that's being proactive instead of reactive. Not hard, but it is an everyday uh, progress because, you know, things come up every day and you have to choose, how am I going to react to this? It was somebody, I don't know if they ever catch my videos, but some girls I grew up with and went to church with when I was younger. Um, I think it's Troy and Candace and Candance. How I guess I heard her name like that. But when how they talk about different stuff, and I love these girls because their energy is so great, so right. And she put up a meme and she was saying that it's not Life is 95% of how you react, okay, and only 5% of the action that's taking place around you. It's all about how you react. And you have to make that choice. You have to like, hey, I ain't gonna let nobody disturb my peace. I'm not gonna let nobody take away the confidence that I have built in myself. And that's just it. And that becomes when you start loving yourself, you're able to know what you accept and what you don't accept. And also, in loving yourself, you're able to start setting things in place so that you can be proactive each and every time. So after getting loving yourself, I wouldn't deep with that one, but after getting to love yourself, you begin to trust yourself. And trusting yourself, you trust your intuition, you trust your thoughts, your feelings, trust the decisions you are making. And not saying that you're going to always make the right decision, but you're going to make a decision. And in making a decision, you get to find out if that decision was a good decision and can keep moving forward with that decision. Or you can find out if that was a horrible decision and move against, you know, regroup and reorganize to make a better decision. You know what I'm saying? And making and trusting yourself, you're able to make decisions quicker. You're able to step up your game. You're able to really just get a full, once again, understanding of who you are, what's going on in life, and you're able to get a full understanding of other people. When you start to trust your intuition and who you are, you get a full understanding of other people and the roles they play in your life and the roles they play in your happiness as well as their own. We're all responsible for our own happiness. There's no way around that. We're all responsible. It comes from the inside out. So we're all responsible for that peace. Now, there are different things that contribute to that peace, but we're all responsible for it. It's my responsibility to make sure I'm happy. It wasn't my fault, of all the things that happened in my past, losing my father at the age of 10, having to deal with self-confidence, walking with my head down, not really having a balance of self-love and self-understanding. That wasn't my fault because, it happened as I was a kid. But it is my responsibility to make sure that I now have a better self-confidence, a better understanding of self, and a better understanding of how to love myself. Being married, I have to be able to express myself, not just to myself, but to my spouse. Being a mother, I have to be able to express myself, not just to myself, but to my children, in a manner that they can be able to express themselves. And then also, kids learn by watching, not by hearing. So don't tell your kids do as I say and not as I do, because that ain't how that works. They do as you do and may say as you say, but they don't tell your kids do as I do. I mean, do as I say, not as I do. Do what you want your kids to do, because they learning by watching you. They taking it all in by watching you. They're recorders. So give them something good to record. And that's when my self-confidence really woke up, when I'm like, I got 3 girls. Important. 3 girls. It's important for them to see that mommy feels she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She can do anything she set her mind to. There are no limits other than the limits that I place on myself. So I have none. You see what I'm saying? And those situations occur, though you may feel a little fearful in doing and moving forward, though you may feel a little, you know, what is it? You may feel a little fearful. You may feel a little nervous in moving forward. It's worth it. There's so much that I let fear hold me back from, or lack of self-confidence. And once I started to open it up, it was like this whirlwind of amazing confidence that just poured out, and self-realization that I can do a lot more than I give myself credit for. And that's a lot of things. I'm not saying you're going to go conquer the world in 30 days. I'm saying you can do a lot more than you give yourself credit for. So give yourself that credit and allow yourself to bloom and just grow, and knowing that you have everything you need on the inside of you to push and make sure that things go the way they should for you. Now, are we going to have hiccups in life? Of course. Life is life, and you're going to have your fair share, you know? And as long as you are being proactive instead of reactive, as long as you are moving and being strong in who you are, everything's going to work out. Everything, everything you are is on the inside. There is nothing you have to be fearful of in doing, and it's something new. So, in doing something new, you're going to be, kind of apprehensive. You're going to be judgmental. And my thing is to, you have to go. You're leaving. Okay. All right. Okay. My my thing is uh, being open to who you are, and understand. My husband told me he's about to go with cuz, so he got through my brain off for a second, but that's okay. Um, my thing is being open to who you are, and understanding that life is going to happen, but if you're proactive instead of reactive, you can adjust and still stay in a peaceful state, still be confident in who you are. All of your decisions and choices may not hit, but that's in learning. Look at life as a lesson and not as a failure. You have lessons and you have successes. That's it. No, failure is not there. You're learning. So look at that as a learning situation and make sure you pay attention and learn from it, and then move forward on and on with that. So today, like I said, it's 15. I was just going, I'm a little bit deep. That's all right. So today is day 15, and we're going to break this thing down little by little. The next 7 days are going to be like little steps, for the most part, that you're going to, or for sure the first 4 days are going to be little things you want to start implementing to kind of help you get that visual, get that understanding of who you are so you can see it clearly. So today is on getting a good visual and overview of your future. So the point of getting a good overview. So I do something called vision boards. And a vision board is just creating something to where you can see what you want to be or what you want to achieve or whatever the app may be. So I have a vision board for fitness. I have a vision board for our home. I have a vision board for myself, just as being a mom. You know what I'm saying? I have different things on my vision board on who I want to be, how I want to push myself and reach my goals and all those things. And so you want to get a clear visual. After you went through the first 2 weeks, you should have a better understanding of who you are and all those great things. And then you want to get a clear visual. Close your eyes and calm your mind if you can, and just kind of picture yourself in a situation that you feel is an ideal place for you. So what I would do is I will sit somewhere, maybe put on some headphones and some music, and I'll just start seeing myself as the person I wanted to be. Seeing myself reaching goals, seeing myself reaching dreams, seeing myself not just talking about being confident, but being confident. I look and I close my mind and I get a clear visual, like you're watching TV. You want a clear visual of who you are, where you're going. And the vision will at times change. Hey, Dom, the visual will sometimes change, but if you have a set visual, it's not going to change too much if you're going down that path. So you want to begin with the end in mind. So if you think about your end, when you go all the way to the end of your life and you say, okay, I'm at the end, you want to look back and say, what did I do? How did I see myself? How did I view myself? And see, once you get that picture of the end, now you can trace that picture all the way back through the storyline and then start making those choices now. And that creates you for when you have the vision. So you have a blueprint. You ain't just wandering around in the dark, wondering where you're going. And then you just follow that. Take the steps day by day to make sure that vision that you see line up, you know, constantly every day. Take time, 10, 5, 15 minutes to really get a clear vision, of what you want. And uninterrupted time, just close your eyes and just kind of like let yourself see yourself in the future. Let yourself see yourself carrying out all the things you want to carry out. And you just keep going, keep going, keep going. And it's an everyday process. Like I said, I know everything an everyday process, right? But a process. But if you practice it every day, you get a clear and clear vision for where you're going. And then not just a clear vision, you can start seeing the hiccups that may possibly come. So now you can be proactive and saying, okay, in doing this, this may arise. So I can prepare for this. You want to think, okay, I can't see where I'm going. I'm in the dark, can't see where I'm going. But now I put my hand to stuff. I can see, I can like the light is over here, the table over here, the chair is over here. You can see all that now once you get a clear visual of where you are. So I just drop you in the middle of the street of a city that you ain't never been. I don't care how much light there, you really don't know where you're going. You really don't have a clear visual of how to get from point A to point B. Now you pull up Google Maps and you got a very clear visual of how to get from point A to point B. And what did they do? They learned everything. They took cars and they drove around with cameras and all those things, and they got street pictures and all these things, and they got a visual. That's what you want to do. You want to gain a visual of where you're going. So it's going to be 4 steps we're going to cover over the next 4 days, which is visualize, internalize, exercise, and materialize. And they are each important in their own way. And I just think about visualizing was very, very important to me. For one, because I'm a Pisces and we creative and we stay in a dream state most of the time. Most of the time, you'll catch us in a dream state. I got in trouble multiple times for daydreaming in class and all that good stuff when I was a kid. Man. But the important thing is that using your imagination and using all of what you have, your intuitiveness, all those things to create a clear vision and plan, it just skyrockets everything, because I'm like, oh, I can see where I'm going. And you just fumbling around in the dark, you can't see where you're going, you're tripping over stuff, you constantly making mistakes, constantly falling on your face. Now you got scraped up knee, you got scraped up eye, you got all this stuff going on. But when you get that light on, now you got clear view. You can see it top to bottom, ain't nothing missing. You got a clear view from the front, or from the front, and I point to the back, right? From the back to the front. You got a clear view of what's in front of you. Now you can dodge the chair so you ain't got to bump your leg. You can, miss the wall so you ain't got to bump your face, all these things. And you just walk towards that visual in that picture. And as I said, one thing you can do is put your headphones on or just find you a clear space outside. I like sometimes sitting outside, just sitting outside and allow myself to breathe in fresh oxygen and just clear my mind and my head and say, okay, well, this is where we're going. And sometimes it takes having a chop, like the Bible say. You realize a lot of what the Bible say. And setting religion aside, knowledge, you will find beautiful knowledge in the Bible. Setting religion aside, I'm digging. You find beautiful knowledge. But you have to have a vision in order to move forward, you know? And I wanted to say a scripture, but I can't remember the scripture. And it's like so clear, like in my, how be clear in your mind, but your mouth just won't bring it out. And that's all right. But it's really important, just sitting outside, clearing your mind, clearing your air, and just saying, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be, and I'm not going to deviate from that. Okay. So, God dang it, I want to remember that scripture because it's so good, and it goes with remembering to visualize. I'm gonna have to check it out, y'all. It's been a minute, but in self-confidence, you realize a lot of what you was taught that has a true principle, that's true, live by principles, were the truth, and you're able to apply them a lot better. You were when you didn't have confidence in yourself. I don't know. Now all I'm thinking that's sticking in my head is faith without works is dead. That's my scripture, though. That is my scripture. Yeah, so. And you got to just have faith in yourself. You got to just have faith in yourself, because the part of having faith is being able to push beyond the natural bounds of what we think we have. Being able to push beyond the paradigms we were given. So it also goes back to being creative. Sometimes you have to use your mind like a kid. You have to let your mind go back to the time when there was no consequences to you thinking outside the box, to you being creative. You could think of anything. And in your mind as a kid, it was the world. My son is a ninja fighting everything. My son, let that dude tell it. He can transform into this and that. And he can, he can shoot this out his arm. He can create this. And he take anything. Kids take boxes and turn them into rocket ships, turn them into machines, and turn them into all types of stuff, right? Just transform it over. We have that same ability. We just have to remember that we have it and to tap into it. I visualize holding my head up. I visualize speaking for myself. I visualize opening up and speaking clearly and more approached that people can hear what I'm saying. I used to speak so low because I don't want people to feel like, and now I speak up for myself. I speak up for my children, and it's totally a different feeling. So this video was a bit longer, but that's okay. I want you to really understand the power of visualization and understanding that if you use it correctly, it can benefit your life tremendously. So that's the step for day 15. Visualize, visualize, visualize. You have to get a clear picture of where you're going, where you are, and who you want to be. And that's it. And so keep moving forward, keep pushing. Blessings, peace, prosperity unto you and yours. And may you continue to move forward in who you are and loving yourself, trusting yourself, knowing yourself, and learning yourself. There is no stopping. There is no pushing aside. You can do anything. And it all starts on the inside of you and with you. So be blessed. Y'all go back and check out those other days if you haven't checked them out. Share how to gain self-confidence in 30 days. If you see a video that needs to be shared with someone, share it. If you feel like somebody needs to reach to see all the videos, then share my page and let them see it for themselves, because I really believe it's going to bless somebody, and that's the goal. The goal is to help enough people to gain self-confidence in themselves, because y'all kids got to deal with my kids. And I want y'all kids to be great, and I want my kids to be great, and I want you to be great, and I'm gonna be great. So I'm already great. I'm just gonna keep moving. So, and that's what I want you to do. Understanding that how we was raised and all the things that different people have put in your mind and put in your life, they're not always necessarily true. And you have to figure out what's true and what's fake. And if you're constantly reaching goals, then if someone told you was a constant failure, a constant fuck up, can't be true, because you're constantly reaching goals. You're constantly making steps. You're constantly moving forward. So you have to realize what's true and what's fake, and separate the two. Separate the two, and then come back and say, okay, this is what's true for me. This was given to me, but it's a lie, and it's a proven lie. Each day, there's so much shit that I prove to myself it's a lie, and my old paradigm would want to go back. My old thought process would want to go back to that, and I'm like, my brain had already told myself this was a lie. So it don't make no sense to keep moving in a lie that you already know is a lie, right? So I'm out of here, y'all. Peace, blessings, and love. Continue to move forward and continue to make progress for you and yours. You are always blessed. I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 16. Share this video, share other videos if they have blessed you, if they can bless someone else. And we'll be back at this thing. Day 16 tomorrow of 30 days of how to gain self-confidence. Here we go.